Hello. I guess we're gonna go finish that.
Genesis is up ahead. I'm sure of it.
Sure, here we go.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey. In my own salvation, you're late.
Loveless again.
You have succeeded, Angeal's spirit, and carry a part of Sephiroth within you. Thus, the three friends are reunited once again. And Loveless is reenacted.
No! Open your eyes, Genesis!
When the War of the Beasts brings about the world's end.
I've come here to help you.
The goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss, her gift everlasting.
What is that?
The gift of the goddess. A heavenly boon found only in Benora.
I thought the cells were the gift.
There are various interpretations.
I don't understand.
To ponder the mystery is in itself a gift. We will all join the life stream. You are no exception. The planet has become my guardian.
Keep talking to me. Don't let it take over. You're not a monster. You're one of us. Damn you!
Activating combat mode.
Ah, yes, the part in Final Fantasy where you fight a building. Oh, is that there? What am I fighting? Oh, I'm fighting the sword. Okay. Can I do that guy? Oh, that did him.
Take that! Bringing out the big guns.
That's what it is. Yeah. Alright. Very good then. I'm busy. Did you guys go away? Oh yeah. Target, please. I want a beast. Oops, no, not really. Perfect. Good call, nonetheless. Keep doing that. There we go. Let it down. Do a little bit of it. Yeah.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey in my own salvation. And your eternal slumber.
Does this mean you knew from the beginning?
Stand and fight, soldier first class. Zack?
Why is everyone always pushing things on me?
Activating combat mode.
I wonder if you should have called your girlfriend before you went in to fight the boss. Ow. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Be a big statue or a counterpart or something like this. Yeah.
Conflict resolved.
Yeah. Oh. Jacket's better. That's nice.
Shinra attacked us.
Save your strength.
I got some help. From him. Over there.
It's you. Director! Thank you. Okay, let's eat. Sorry I'm not the real thing, but...
Is it good?
Yeah.
The gift of the goddess.
This apple? Huh?
Angeal. The dream came true.
How are you? I wish I knew where you were. It's already been 4 years now. This is the 89th letter that I've sent to you. But I don't even know where to send them anymore. I really hope that this final letter that I'm writing gets to you. By the way, the flowers are selling very well. They make everyone so happy. Thanks to you, Zack. Aerith.
4 years? What do you mean, final? Aerith. Wait for me. You're gonna make it too. You got that?
This must be an important matter if they are sending the two of us.
Apparently the subject will become our brother.
Is that so? But
accept his fate willingly.
Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return. To become the dew that quenches the land, to spare the sands, the seas, the skies, I offer thee this silent sacrifice.
Cisne! The army's mobilizing. Find the targets before they do.
Understood. The army won't be as subtle.
I want them alive. You hear me? You're going to save Zack's life.
Of course. I haven't even told him my real name.
Help them. Cisne, I have letters for Zack. 88 of them.
I'm just kidding. You know I wouldn't do that to you. We're friends, right?
They can't be serious. There's no way we're gonna find 2 needles in a haystack this size.
There's no mission that's impossible for the
Turks, yeah.
Also, Sung apparently has something to give him.
Who? The target? So we're couriers now. Delivering packages to fugitives, huh?
Reno, Rude, status.
We got nothing.
You?
Likewise. I'm heading to point 235. You two take point 120.
Roger.
All right, let's get going. Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep. Embrace your dreams. And, whatever happens, protect your honor.
that soldier! Come and get it!
Activating combat mode.
Got him! Take that!
I'm Sis. Here's a present.
So,
Send
your
me
first.
lotion?
Where's
Or
MJ?
Already
Ready to
have
go.
been
Understand now why
Lies within
Sephiroth
each
chose
person.
yes. For
So
real.
get away safely. Zach, I gotta go.
country boy too.
Be pretty
Like
cheap.
you've been for me on your sword.
Honor can be
I really
quite
like that
important.
sword. Thanks.
A monster's
I
objective.
really like
join
that
my
sword.
battle.
Nothing else out
Zack,
there. Hold on.
you have my thanks.
Hello?
Activating combat mode.
It's first person view. Zack got shot. He's down on the ground. Infantryman is standing over him with the gun. And it goes black. Now it's back like I could do something, but it's not letting me do anything. Remembering here.
I'll be here.
Come on. It's an Aerith. DMV. If it went through, I could heal. I think he's backing out. The screen's black. It fades into Aerith at the church. She's looking up at the sky. It's raining. Rain's coming into the church. She's praying. Fades back into Zack's eye. He's bleeding very badly. I'm looking up at the rain. Midgar is just in the distance. And the battlefield is littered with all sorts of soldier bits and bobs, and Cloud is crawling his way over to Zack. Seems to be a little bit aware of himself. Zack is very hurt.
For both of us. Both of us. That's right. You're gonna live. You'll be a legacy. My honor, my dreams. They're yours now.
Zack is offering him his sword, Angeal's sword. Cloud takes it.
Fine. You're living legacy.
Zack closed his eyes and he smiled. Cloud is crying. had is remembering Zack taking care of him on the run. The sun comes out, and the rain stops.
Embrace your dreams. If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams. Thank you. I won't forget.
Cloud stands up. Tears fill his eyes, but he blinks them back. Dragging the sword away. Slowly. Zack is very shot up.
She said that the sky frightened her.
Something's coming down from the sky.
Those things, I want them too.
It's Angel. Zack looks healed, and he's reaching up to someone in the sky. And he's floating up.
It does feel good.
We're just gonna keep blocking the sea. Cloud is dragging the sword.
Say hi for me.
Zack asks Cloud to say hi there if he sees it. Feather flies down.
Hey, did you say I became a hero?
So the credits are rolling. It just says it's blocked scene, so I don't know what you're actually seeing. Probably just the little blue screen of block scening that Twitch does. But to talk about some of the things and to talk over the music so it doesn't cut off the audio as well, because it's probably a copyrighted song. So that exchange of the apples near the end, Genesis had written that he'd wanted to let Sephiroth taste the apples of his, the banana apples, the Venora apple scene, and Zack tasted the apple in his place because Zack has both the Genova genes, S gene, and S genes, so that was why it was basically like, I'm not the real thing Sephiroth, but I'm as close as you're gonna get at the moment type of thing. And that's why Genesis was like, my dream got fulfilled. Which seemed to satisfy Angeal's spirit enough for him to release and let go. When Genesis got taken away at the end, I just finished watching a Let's Play of oh my god, what is Vincent's game called? Dirge of the Cerberus, and I believe that to be Weiss and Nero, two brothers that feature heavily in that game. but are also in the Yuffie's DLC for the Final Fantasy remake. I believe Nero shows up in that one. I might need to play that whole thing again now and review the data we've learned. The whole Loveless thing, I can't say that I fully comprehend what Genesis' obsession with Loveless was. I feel like I should look up and look into it more. I'm wondering now if we're gonna get, since Nero was in the that DLC, if we're gonna get more with Weiss and Nero and Genesis in the remake. Like obviously, if the story continues till after where the original story went off, Vincent and those guys have a showdown for their own reasons much later on. But I don't remember them featuring too prominently in the original, but I could be wrong. They could have been in there and I'm just not super remembering it, but I'm remembering it for Dirge of the Cerberus because it was like 2 hours ago that I watched the end of that. But yeah, so obviously a lot of, obviously I should say obviously unnecessarily, but we have a lot of the sins of the Hojo in this, right? Hojo's experimentations seem to be rampant all over here, but also Hollanders. We've left Sephiroth in the state that we may or may not find him in Final Fantasy, where he's essentially been taken out by Cloud earlier on, but survives his wounds. Zack, in this, it's kind of implying, fairly, it's not a huge leap to assume that Zack is dying from his wounds and his spirit is releasing, and that's what we're seeing image-wise at the end. Well, what I saw and tried to portray to you guys at the end there. But the thing of it is Shinra's people, probably came to that area shortly after, and it wouldn't be the first time somebody was, sliced up to ribbons and then able to come back from it. So I'm not entirely sure that's the last we'll see of Zack. Not likewise for Genesis. Genesis got scooped up by some Shinra people, and that could be its own thing. Or so Weiss and Nero work for Deep Underground as well. I don't remember if there's a particular point they work for Deep Underground and before that they're working for Shinra, or what their relationship between the two, if any, are at this time. Like I said, the Dirge of Service allows us to know their ultimate fate, at least in the original timeline. Might be worth the Google. But there's a Dirge of Service was weird and confusing. Like, I could probably do my best to explain it. It happens quite a bit after Rebirth. I mean, after 7. So like 7 happens, and then Advent Children happens, and then Dirge of the Cerberus happens. Much like Crisis Core happens, and then sometime within Crisis Core, like sometime within the last few scenes there, Last Order happens. And then, the main game happens. But yeah, trying to think of all the different. There was many thoughts I had along the way, but I didn't want to interrupt the cutscenes. So I'm trying to remember everything. Let's see, Nero and Weiss, the Dumb Apples, Drake Vizsla. But yeah, I mean, obviously we also did a number fighting Genesis when he didn't want to use his words anymore. But I would not be shocked to see Xenesis come back from those wounds, just like I wouldn't be shocked if Zack does indeed survive his injuries. I don't hold it against Cloud for leaving him in that state if he did somehow survive his injuries. Cloud is not in his right mind at the moment. He's slowly coming back to something that's gonna pass for his right mind for a while, but he's kind of in a so he's been suffering from Mako poisoning, and just before that, more or less, his whole town burned down. He's got a little trauma to work through there. Plus, some emotional payload of having to come back to your hometown without fulfilling, your personal wishes to have accomplished. And while those are all different orders of magnitude, I think they're all factors in what's going through Cloud's head at this moment in time. Which, so I don't know how much of the dialogue, I was trying to be quiet when the dialogue was saying, so at least my mic might pick it up. So Zack was essentially you need to live for both of us now type of thing. You need to carry on my legacy and my hopes and the dreams. And some part of Cloud's mind, we could say, basically takes that as to live as Zack, essentially, and it kind of overrides the memory of Zack and merges the memories of, Cloud's point of view plus what he witnessed Zack do into one set of memories. Instead, so for a part, so Final Fantasy VII, Cloud doesn't actually remember Zack until later. We haven't gotten to that part in the remake yet. But in the original, it's very interesting, conceptually, if nothing else, interesting way of handling essentially like a mental break. All original. Okay. Just looking at the credits there. They're wrapping up. Okay. Still broadcasting Lonely Mike. So we've got a Starfield. And live stream kind of tangles going across it. Big old burst of light. Now we see Aerith. She's selling flowers from a basket at the base of the Loveless Theater. And looks up to the screen in a very familiar scene of Midgar that we know from the opening to Final Fantasy VII. Spreads out to see all of Midgar. Train is rushing in, and familiar sword is kneeling down on it in a familiar outfit, and
soldier, first class.
to be continued in Final Fantasy VII. Are you going to stop broadcasting, Mike Only yet? Now the screen is display. Oh, save your clear data. If you love clear data, you can start a new game with certain data carried over. Okay, sure, I'll save my clear data. After finishing the game, you can start a new game with certain data carryover by loading the played data. That data will be carried over as follows: level, experience points, SP, acquired guild, playtime, items. Certain exceptions may apply. Materia, equipment status, certain exceptions may apply. DMW progress, DMW limit break, / limit road count, buster sword proficiency, and mail. Tutorials and useful tips. Grand. I will. Where am I? It's right there. Save extra. 2 times. Okay. Save clear data. I did save clear data. Right? Game clear. Yeah, I did it. I did it. Okay. So yeah, that's Final Fantasy Crisis 4. Sorry you couldn't see the end there. That was kind of unfortunate. I do have an intention to go and play through more of the missions when I get a chance. Just because there were little bits of plot here and there. But if nothing else, I would like to see. I'll probably load them at the end of this. Maybe run through the ending one more time at the end of this. I think. So for the Turks, looks like some wound up with the letters from Aerith to Zack. So that'll be interesting if Zack does come back. If Sun gets into them. Kisame keeps telling us that that's not her real name. What are we going to do with that? Oh, let us read it on the camera. This just really makes me want to read the Kids Are Alright Turks side story book and see what they've been up to during all this time frame. I'm not shocked that Aerith would let Sung hold on to those letters for her, particularly with the two paths book, having read some of Aerith's past, because it doesn't go up to her meeting Zack, but from what we know of her at that point, that she might believe that Sung would be able to be trusted with those kind of track. Let's see, what else? I'm gonna let this play it in front of me. Still don't quite understand. So the apple, Zack was like, is the apple? I feel like Zack and I are on the same page of Loveless, where they're like, why is Loveless important? Don't get the reference because I haven't read the play. Kisane said we could go see it, but yeah. Oh, that was what I wanted to say. So at some point, Genesis is like, oh, it's already been 4 years. And Zack is like, what do you mean 4 years? What? But apparently, somewhere in there, 4 years has passed. My guess is that the 4 years passed when they were in the Mako tanks. But I don't know for sure. I mean, it could have been, that it was a particularly lengthy time I was down there looking through the cells. I don't know. They didn't get specific like that, but I'm thinking it was when they were in the tank. The only problem with that is when we got out of the tank and I was dragging Cloud's butt across the way to get him out of town, I kept getting all that mail. So, I mean, it could have been that I wasn't having signal until then or something. I don't know. That was the other thing too. Like, if I've been 4 years in the tank, who held onto my phone and kept it charged that whole time? Why is the cell phone account still being paid for? What's going on with that? So, like, that being 4 years then doesn't super make sense to me, but I don't know. Somewhere between, I guess, the reactor going, or, I mean, the fight with Sephiroth and the end events of talking to Genesis. Apparently 4 years have passed, but I could not tell you where and why. I also don't know why Zack didn't just bother to call Aerith when he woke up and realized his phone was working to let her know that he was, well, not alright, but on the way to such things. Or aiming to be alright. But he's a boy. Sometimes boys do strange things. Unfathomable, not calling type of things. I don't know. Can't say for sure what that's about. I feel like even though we have phones in Final Fantasy, it doesn't mean that everybody is particularly communicative on the phones, so it's not inherent somebody's gonna call or text back, I guess. But that's really what confuses me, is to have gotten so many, like, okay, it makes sense that I got all those phone calls and whatnot, or phone messages and whatnot, because I'd been out so long, but it still seems a little weird. And we didn't get to follow up with Kunza at the end as well, so I wonder what his ultimate fate was too. I don't know if we really ever see him in Final Fantasy VII, but he's one of our buddies, you know? You gotta feel bad for Angelgenesis and Sephiroth. They had their little buddy thing going on, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket for them, honestly. But so overall, I really like this game. I do like the missions. I like the missions, especially that they put a little plot in, so that, like, even if you're just using them to level, there's a little something there for you, you know? It's not just, here's a monster, here's another one, here's another one. I could see them working better if it was, like, more of those, like, on the one hand, it's nice that they're all so short, because then you could just, like, I'm gonna do some and then come back later. But it would also be kind of nice to have each one of those storylines, something that you could be like, okay, I want to run the gamut of this until I have to stop, like, until I can't progress further type of thing. Because that, always having to having to, when you finish the fight, go back to that screen and then figure out, okay, where was I? What was I doing to continue on that particular storyline type of thing? Because I still have a bunch of these that I haven't finished, right? Yeah. So I want to go back at some point and do more of these. Particularly fun. I want to finish Yuffie stuff. There's plenty more Yuffie stuff in here. I'm kind of curious as to where that goes. So I'll probably upload those after the fact. Like, do them and add them to this playlist afterwards. But I wanted to get to the end because I felt like I was also indulging myself too much with the missions and doing too much missioning and not enough moving the plot along. So, just in case anybody wanted to watch the main plot before the game, before the next part of the remark comes out. Now that part, at least, to be up in theory. And then the missions can come after the fact. But yeah. But it's also, this game, there's a bunch of like supplemental material for Final Fantasy, right? In the main game, originally you didn't necessarily get, like, you could always go around and talk to everybody type of thing, but even that didn't necessarily get you as much as, say, the remake got you for the sections of the remake that we have so far that really brings the world alive. The original is great. Like, no bashing the original or anything like that. I absolutely love the original. I'm just, like, if I like something, more is not bad. So the fact that the remake gave me more of this world to enjoy, more development of the characters. Crisis Core is kind of a similar vein type of thing. Like, we get a little more of Sephiroth. We get to see these, like, human moments of Sephiroth. Like that moment where Sephiroth is like, oh, you know, it's like essentially like, God, you live in this town, right? So, like, if you want to go, you know, say hi to your folks or whatever, you know, you should do that. Go have fun. Like, remind you that before stuff went down, like, Sephiroth was a really strong guy, yeah, but he was also a person. He wasn't this, like, insane monster from the start. He was their friend. Or at least work associate. And, you know, you can argue with it about Aerith till you're blue in the face, but, like, this game, I feel like it really shows quite a bit that, you know, Aerith and Zack were in a relationship. And if you're a fan of Aerith and Cloud, nothing against it, but I enjoy the Zack-Aerith relationship, and I think they're cute together. And because of that, I don't have the same the anguish of trying to, do I choose Tifa? Do I choose Aerith? What do I do? No, I'm like, because, you know, Aerith is with Zack, and Cloud and Zack are bros. So Cloud wouldn't try and mess that up for his bro, right? So if he was, like, fully aware of Zack, he wouldn't be making moves on he wouldn't be making moves on Aerith. I think, if anything, his relationship with Aerith is kind of, like, seeped in Zack's care for her, because there's part of Cloud that is acting as Zack. But on the other hand, too, I think they just, for me, they have a very solid friendship with, you know, it could be a little flirty here and there, but I don't think it's flirtation with a means to an end. I think it's, you know, friends enjoying each other's company type of thing. But if you disagree, I'm not one to yuck your yum, so I think that's good too. Let's see, anything else I'm forgetting about? I like the email system. I wish there was a way to respond to emails. That would have been fun too, but it's a little more, what do we say? Like BioWare type of thing, where you have a million choices type of thing. It's not really, this one's not really set up that way, that you have a bunch of choices in your dialogue. I don't really think you really had you had some choice in the dialogue, but most of the time it didn't really matter. Like, you go back and have the other half of that conversation again, and it didn't really change things either. But yeah, I think just overall, I do enjoy this game quite a bit, and I like it a lot. I wish you guys could have seen the ending bit, and hopefully if you Google it somewhere else, on maybe YouTube or something, you actually see the footage. I'm sure someone figured out how to record it, but this is a technology beyond me to overrule what Twitch has lost. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you, if you like the missions, hope you watch the missions at a later point with me. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next part of the remake. So That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I played that. Thanks for joining the adventure if you joined with us. And good night.